What would you do if you discovered a buried tin can full of World War II artifacts?
Well, today's author did just that. He discovered these artifacts and proceeded to uncover the story behind the artifacts.
So we're going to look at The Heart Mender by Andy Andrews. And many people have a question. Is this a true story?
And it is. It is indeed a true story.
Wow. And then the second question that we see people have about this is, are they making it a movie?
They are. It's so exciting. It is in production right now. They have not released the release date yet, but it is in production, and they have released the movie trailer picture, and it looks really cool, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I want to see the movie. I'm super excited this is being turned into a movie. But give us a heads up. Tell us a little bit about the theme or the deeper meaning in the story.
So it's about loss of a loved one to death and the power of forgiveness to bring healing and second chances. And the book really, there's a phrase from the book that really encapsulates this, and it says, "Our hurt continues to live until we forgive."
Wow. So I think we can all guess this, but did you love it or hate it?
I loved it. And just a side note, Andy Andrews has written a lot of books, and this particular book is his favorite book that he's ever written.
That's awesome. It's probably going to be one of my favorites too. If it's his favorite, I just love his books, but I haven't actually finished reading this one. You have.
Yes.
So you're going to give me a little spoiler alert here, but tell us a little bit about the storyline.
Well, the storyline takes place in 1942, and it takes place in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, Helen, who has lost her husband to the war, is walking the beach one night. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning, and she comes across the body of a man on the beach, and she discovers that he's alive. And he happens to be an officer from one of the U-boats that were patrolling the Gulf at the time. I know, it's very interesting.
Wow.
And the story is about those two and how both of them get a second chance and how the encounter that the two of them have changes their lives.
So you're telling me that there were U-boats in the Gulf of Mexico during World War II?
There was. And
there was. I knew that, but
it's really fascinating because this is something that most people are not aware of. We know about Pearl Harbor, and we know that all those boats were sunk in Pearl Harbor, but what we don't usually hear about is that the Germans had a secret thing where they sent U-boats, and they had a bunch of U-boats patrolling the Gulf of Mexico, sinking, and the eastern seaboard, sinking the cargo ships and the supply ships, all of the civilian vessels. And almost 7,000 civilians lost their lives because of the U-boats during World War II.
So this really is a good story. It's a true story. It's based on a true story, but there's a lot of historical facts and details that come out in this.
There is, and there's pictures in the book. It's really, really fascinating part of World War II that not many people know about.
Wow, you guys got to check this out. Okay, I'm a little hesitant to ask this question. Are we going to get rid of this book, gift it to somebody, or are we going to put it back on the shelf?
It's going back on the shelf.
I knew you would say
that.
We
have to keep it. It's so good. It's the second time I read it, and I enjoyed it just as much the second time as I did the first time. You have got to get this book and read it because it is that good.
But we're trying to empty the bookshelf.
Well, this one's got to stay. So, check out the link below for your opportunity to grab your copy of The Heart Mender because it's a must-read for everyone.